Supreme 3 come from?
You know, I think in my mind it was kind of influenced by Diana Ross, the Supremes, those great Motown titles and names of, you know, yesteryear, and we wanted to come out with something that I think epitomized a bit of that. The three of us, and yeah, I was on the treadmill and I phoned Roy, our manager, and I'm like, what about Supreme 3? And he said, okay, sounds good. So S3.
It sounds old and new.
Yeah, S3 we are.
I grew up listening to Marvin Gaye, and I'm sure Loyiso, he grew up listening to...
He grew up listening to me.
Steve Gekana.
Steve Gekana.
He was
So Motown music has played a very vital and very important role in having to develop our love and passion for soul music.
You've done a lot of covers, but we're now here to film the music video for your debut original track, Throwback to Love. Can you tell me about the theme of the song?
Something that's new, but like, that's classic, that reminds us of the olden times, you know? Because real love is old love. I don't know if that makes any sense. But,
it makes absolutely
something like that.
No sense.
Motown hits informed all of their careers, and to discuss it required a long lunch, just not a lazy one.
Today, we get to eat some amazing food.
We are so ready.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
But there's one catch. You guys get to cook for me.
Oh, no. Man, listen, I cook in the studio, but not in the kitchen.
You know what? I'll do the dessert.
I'll do the eating.
I'm good at that.
At his restaurant in Sandton, Chef Coco Reinhardt serves a soul food fusion. Influences range from a childhood spent at his mother's side in her Kinshasa restaurant to his own formal training in Belgium.
So, Chef, what will we be cooking today?
So today you guys will be making 3 different dishes. One will be from West Africa, which is calamari. The other one will do a beautiful version of beef Rolex from Central Africa. And then we'll do something a little bit more complicated, which is a chocolate fondant, okay, with some African spice in it.
Okay, so you opening act for us, huh? You start,
Yeah.
huh?
That's why it's called a starter.
Okay, you
So when
start.
I'm going to be done before you guys do your big things.
The central ingredients you can expect from Supreme 3 are soul, funk, R&B, and Motown style with an African flavor. The kind of spark which Chef Coco likes to bring to his cuisine.
Once you start getting a nice color, you can start adding your spices. I will recommend you start with a little bit salt and pepper. Okay.
Into my hand?
Yeah, we can do with your hand.
Okay.
Another element that has been added to your resume is television exec. How is that going, and what are some of the things that you need to do in terms of that role?
I think sort of like all my business, all my music experience has really sort of come all into one. You know, I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it, it's a place of growth. And I also believe that, like, you know, if God has called you to something, which is your purpose, that He'll always create the time for it, you know? So TV exec, musician, presenter sometimes, like I am right now, and hopefully chef soon.
Loyiso sees himself as the musical bridge between his bandmates and the best cook.
Voila, that's my creation.
That looks beautiful.
I don't know how the other guys are gonna beat this, so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna call Danny, put this on him, and he can try and beat it.
Now the amateurs are out the way. Can we get to work, fellas?
Please,
Huh?
show us what we can do.
Danny K was raised on a diet of Stevie Wonder and Diana Ross and the Supremes. Time in the kitchen, not so much.
I really like the fact that you start with the onion, because this is what's going to give most of the taste to this dish. The onion, the carrot will sweeten the dish a little bit.
I love watching cooking programs. I'm actually obsessed with it.
Is it?
And I'm not really a good cook myself, but I think it's the creative side that, you know, I think all creative people acknowledge that cooking is creativity, right?
Exactly.
And it's an expression of your love and your passion, and it all manifests itself in preparing food for people.
How does it feel being Danny K?
When I was given these 2 guys, my world just erupted, you know, and exploded with so many great feelings I never thought I was ever going to have. Loved in a way I've never thought I was going to be able to. And yeah, they just make my day, man, make me laugh. All day I'm laughing with them, say the cutest things. And I think it's something Loyiso and Lloyd and all of us have in common. You know, we're very passionate, involved dads. We love our kids, but you know, we make time for family and work.
With growing boys to feed, these hearty beef wraps are sure to be a winner in Danny's household. Someone with little time for cooking is Lloyd. Last year, he took the lead role in the life and music of Marvin Gaye, fueling his interest in the Supreme 3 project.
You've got quite good technique. I'm not surprised because I've seen you do this a couple times on TV.
Man, I'm really good at this. I think I'm gonna take it home.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing. You don't want to just do this for TV, but you want to be able to be that guy to go home and try it out. So baby, I'm coming. Family is the most important thing for me in my life. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my family. And I try to be the best dad that I can possibly be to my kids and be the best husband I can possibly be to my wife. And I'm really grateful to have 3 amazing kids.
Oh, so I put some chili powder, but it's very hot, so be careful. But I like the idea of having the chocolate fondant that you add a little kick.
Just a little kick.
Chili.
That was an African lick, bro. Yes.
Lloyd's fondant was as good as Marvin Gaye's Mercy, Mercy Me. The contest was hotly contested.
Supreme 3 is about Motown African flair. How do you represent this in your food?
Well, I did the starter, and mine was West African. Just by the way, my wife is West African, so it was like a good sort of mix. And I guess, like, you know, like what that means being the starter, that's what I kind of am in the group. I start things off, and also my tone is always like slightly lighter than the other guys, but they like bring like the deep soul into it.
I love the fact that we were able to bring in our own style into our food. And like I had a bit of chilies into my meal, and also inkomazi as well, which is proudly South African. And I think that's what we do as well in terms of our music, even though we respect Motown music and what it stands for and what it represents, but we also bring in our individual South African style into Motown, which makes our Supreme 3 really, really supreme and amazing and unique.
Okay, so I'm not just saying this because you're sitting next to me, but probably one of the best, at least top 3 chocolate fondants I've ever had in my life. For real, bro.
Thanks, bro.
You smashed it.
Thank you.
Smashed it. I'm suspecting if you even did this. If you did this,
Wow.
I think in the wrong profession. You need to be opening the Cele restaurant, Chocolate Fondant Academy.
For more on Supreme 3, follow their latest news online.